All right, here we go. Well, another fail with Instagram. What's going on? We're gonna remove this. Save. Cool, cool, cool. How's it going? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hey, buddy. Oh, say hi to Wesley. He's here to hang out for a minute. He's getting tortured by the kid. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right. So today, what's going on today? Hey, buddy. Have a seat. I gotta do his nails. They're getting a little long. The kitten too. The kitten's got nails. I gotta do those. It's like little tiny teeth clawing up your body every. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a good day. It's Sunday. Uh, I am Gabriel Rathway. This is a stream about writing books, editing books, publishing books, advertising books, all things about the books I write. As it's Sunday, it'll be a relatively quick stream. Um, yeah, probably do like an hour-ish. Gonna do a little speech to text conversion from what I did yesterday for the Island Lit home book. Gonna do some editing for Warrior Academy. Got to get that out by the 1st of December. Gonna update some videos here on Opus, and yeah, we can talk a little smack, look at some metadata, and yeah, just get going. It's early. I doubt anybody's awake yet. Let me hide this thing. Hold on a second. Let's go. I'm looking over here because this is my other two windows. Okay, that's live. Let's see. Comments on. Cool, cool, cool. Hide the preview. Yes, hide that. All right. Let's do all the obligatory self promotion now. And yeah, get it going. I hope that Saturdays were good for everybody. Fridays and Saturdays, good weekend. I I had a good weekend. I'm having a good weekend, but I always have a good weekend. I'm kind of I don't know, a douchebag like that. I always have a good weekend. Oh, let's see. Cruising along, cruising along. Yesterday, how did we do yesterday? Yesterday, from Chef to Craft to Conqueror, book 654321, did $235, 14 orders, and 42,000 page reads. Not bad. 11 of those books were from Chef. Cool, cool, cool. It's fun having this metric here. This I add to yesterday's because time's only 8 o'clock, and most of these sales were through the night, so it probably is West Coast time and other places. So technically, 235, 289, 290, 325, 17 orders, $325, 60,000 page reads. It's a pretty good day. Pretty good day. Oh, anything new? Oh, that's nice. It's good. It's good to wake up to that. So usually serious. Okay. So this happens a lot. A lot of people quickly type their reviews, so it's a lot of grammar errors. But so usually series. I'm thinking series instead of serious. Usually series by number 5 loses or steam. Usually, so here's on my translation. So usually series by number 5 lose steam, but it seems like it's just picking up. One of my new favorite writers for sure. If you like the other ones, this book won't disappoint. Good job, Gabriel. Well, thank you, Kindle customer. I really appreciate the review. It's an excellent review. Thank you so much. He didn't like it. It's okay. But he didn't not like it. 3 stars is like average, right? I just count them as a loss, but whatever. Um, Right here. Let's go here. You know what I haven't checked in a long time is quality issues in my books. Oh, that's I Am Gamer, yeah. I'm actually leaving those there for now. It's a reminder for me to go back and edit and rewrite. So much work to do. But I think it'd be fun to check out how the book is doing across the world. So one of the joys of having Amazon Kindle Unlimited, KDP, or little window here is that it gives you the ability to check your sales across the world. So currently, let's see how we're doing. I don't really get many sales in Japan, don't get really many sales in most of the rest of the world except for Canada and Australia. Canada, Australia is pretty much second and third of the US, but it's still pretty great there. Oh, look at here. Where's this? This is India. Huh. Usually I get a few sales in India, but not a lot. But that's cool. Well, let's start with India. So 4.4, 33 ratings. Okay, usually I don't have anything there. 50,000 in India. All right. Look at that. That's not bad. Not bad. Cool. Zero reviews from India. But remember, this is in India in English. So I haven't even. There's this thing I need to do. Don's been telling me about. I need to translate the book to other languages and put it up there, but I just haven't done that yet. I'll start doing that. It's apparently very, very easy. It's just another task I need to add. India, Australia, still sitting at 4.4, huh? 8,700 in Australia. Not here. It's hard to see here. Let's do this. There we go. No wait. How about? There we. No wait. Too small. No, not at all. That'll work. Okay. So 87.5. It's not bad in Australia. Number 13. Cool, cool, cool. Paul Daly didn't love it, but that's all right. That's all right. In Mexico, nothing. Nada. Canada, 7,000, 7,600. Not bad. It's in a 15. Okay, okay. I can dig it. I can dig it. Brazil, 182, 182,000. It's okay. Is Japan? No rank. I didn't expect it to be. Japan's one of those no rankers. Netherlands, Dutch, no rank. Italia. Oh, 42,000 in Italy. Means people are reading. That's cool. That's cool, Italy. Thank you. Thank you. 117 in España. So somebody's read it in Spain. Thank you, España. España. Oh, France, 4.3, huh? Ooh, ouchie. 101 in France. It's okay. I think for France, anything above a 4 is a win because, they're haters. But that's all right. That's all right. France. Germany, DE. Deutschland, 21,000. Hey, Germans. Rocking out, buddy. Yeah, and that's not even in German. The beautiful part about this is strictly in English. I need to get that program to translate everything. Oh, it's just another thing to add. Amazon.uk. This is back into the Brits. 6,500. All right, that's respectable. That's respectable for the UK. I can dig it. All right, all right. And good old Amazon.com in the US, we're at 4.5. 51 ratings, 70, 80. So if you add the 4 stars together, I'm at 88% of them are 4.5, 4.5 stars. 1 star is 1 review, 3 stars is 2. So, it's not too bad. So if you add 3, 4, 5, we're at what? 96%? That's not bad. 96% of the ratings are above 3 stars. 3 stars are above. Pretty good. 3,300. Okay, America loves me the most. I'm American. All right, let's see. So, oh wait, let's do. Look at that. Copy. Put these in the thing. Oh, hey, Lilith, how's it going? How you doing? Oh, don't worry about it. The audio will be out in a couple month or two. I sent it to Tantor, so should be out in about a month. Yeah, uh, yeah. Don't worry about it. You don't have to. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me. Everybody reads, listens, whatever makes you happy. Although you probably should start reading books every once in a while because it helps build new neural pathways. Not necessarily mine, but pick up something. Just a heads up. It's good for the brain, man, and so is handwriting. If you can pick up handwriting too, write a little bit every day. That helps as well. From Chef, book 6, 6, 7. This is 6, 7. There we go. And then let's do Neo. Clean links. Talking about clean links, everybody. Remember, the shortest path from the web page to your book. Boom. All right. Now obligatory self-pimpage is out there. Oh, how you doing today, Lilith? It's early. 8 o'clock on a Sunday. See, here's something I like to see. When that first review came out, it was a 1-star, and you just have 1-star people see that, and they're like, "Ew," you got to get the more star ratings. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to show. Let's go back. So the really cool part about releasing a new book in a series, if it does well, is the rest of the books in your series end up doing better. So like From Chef is a 6-book series, and From Chef book 6 is rated number 4. Book 1 is at 13. Book 2 is at 28. Book 3 Book 5 is at 38. Book 4 is at 39. Book 3 is at 46. So all 6 books are in the top 50 of the category. So that means if somebody sees this one, they see From Chef book 6, they can find all the other books on the same page. All of them, which is super awesome. I think I have a picture of it. There is a time when I release. Say hi to Yuki. Hi, Yuki. Say hi to the world. Hi, little monster. Hi, little monster. Ah. All right, go ahead and play. There was a time that I had, I think it was book 3 or 4. I don't know, but it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All of my books were the top 5. I was like, yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, 100%. Keep listening to audio. Yeah, but just I don't know. Something's lost in the tactile sensation of writing, which I started picking up again by doing just journaling, gay, but it's really effective and just a neuroplasticity. It's kind of crazy, the neuroplasticity. No, this is my this is my 12th, I guess 14th book. I don't know. Let's take a look. Let's see, where are we at? Books. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait. I don't know. These are the ones I've done, and some of them are 4 editions of this, 4 editions of this. But yeah. So no, a lot of books. Warrior Academy, I'm redoing. I'm releasing that next month. Will be the first one, the re-release of the first book, which I'm excited about. Okay, so that's in there. What else? That's done. That's done. That's done. Oh, this is where I gotta go. Okay. Download. So we're gonna add these. I did these yesterday. Workday, and I'm gonna download and convert the speech to text and add them to ISLANDLIT. Oh no, I'm kidding. It's kind of gay. No, it's kind of gay. Journaling's kind of gay. Calling it journaling is kind of gay. The terminology is kind of gay, and I don't mean like gay and like oh it's like homosexual. I mean like '90s like oh if you told somebody when you were like when I was growing up if you were like 15 or 16 that you journal, people would just look at you and be like, dude. But no, I don't think there's anything wrong with it whatsoever. I think journaling is really healthy. It's good for you. I I have this mead composition journal here where I write down my affirmations during the nights, and I whatever. It's kind of gay, but it's good for you. It's a good thing to do. So don't mean like I don't mean it's so gay, but it's kind of gay, but not in a bad way. In the best way. In the best way. In the best way of all things. Oh God. I'm glad that I'm not like a streamer who like does this to like make money like as a streamer so I can say horrible shit, or at least things that people would deem horrible back in whenever. But you know you probably have at least 6 novels if you're journaling and everything down, like the thing is like content is not as hard to get as people think. It's just putting them together and getting out something that like is good, or not even good, just like something, just getting out something. I had this family friend just passed away a while back, but not even recently, like years ago. Jesus, time flies. Oh no, I gotta change this. It's gonna get me killed. Not killed, but it'll be fine. I'll probably get like stream blocked. But a family friend, he passed away quite a few years back, like years ago. And he was a writer. He like traveled the world, and he wanted to be a writer his whole life, and had all these notes and all these things he wrote, and had this like idea for this book compilation. Then he passed away in his like 60s, late 60s, early 70s, I guess. But he never did it. He never got it done, and it's like it wasn't from lack of content. It was just for fear of failure, I guess. I don't know, but it's pretty sad. It was really actually really eye opening for me because it made me really adamant about publishing my stuff. I was like, all right, well, you know what? I'm not gonna end up like this, and I don't want to be the dude who. Sorry, I'm gonna figure this out. I don't want to be the dude who never tried. That's a sad. That's really sad too. Is like when you see these like YouTube videos a lot about about people's like regrets and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, I regret never trying," or "I regret blah blah blah." Actually, the biggest one is like kids. Never having kids, I think, is the biggest regret. But I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. It's all. Everybody's got their own shit. All right, let's put 12. Let's put 13. Let's put this screen back up. All right, all right, all right. And then we'll wait for these to shift over. Here's done here. Oh, if you like good flavored coffee, this Bones Coffee Company out of Florida, I think they're out of West Palm or something. They're really good. I just ordered some for the house. I really like them. I really like them a lot. So I think I don't need this anymore. Oh, Barbara Carroll just became a member of. Oh, I gotta go into Patreon and thank everybody for doing Patreon. I don't ever do that enough. I'll probably do that soon. But as soon as this is done, we will add that to the file. Currently, I am. I inherently want to disagree with that statement as a creative because I feel like I'm special, but I don't think that is true. Like what I'm saying, like I don't think that my argument would be true, and I think that you're probably correct in that most people are creative, but they're taught not to be creative. And so much good shit does get lost in nonlinear brains. Because sometimes you're so nonlinear and so abstract you can't get it all together. But yeah, no. No, that's a cool idea. It's a cool idea. It's almost ironic you're trying to create a framework on how to not have a framework. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that'd be interesting. You know, it's crazy too because like young people crave structure, but they also you don't want to give them so much structure that they don't become creative and unable to think outside the box. And it's a real fine line. And I wonder like what the what the actual throughput is for that, you know? I also wonder I also really wonder about like this next generation of kids growing up with like no, zero practical knowledge but lots of hypothetical knowledge, and I see it kind of playing out weirdly, and there's going to be a real dichotomy of those who are able to use this like kind of access to this like unbelievable amount of like academic knowledge and actually use it practically. I think that most people aren't going to be able to do that. And I've been watching a lot of AI experts talk about what AI is doing, but then I've been listening to a lot of like engineers and people who build shit and actually do shit, and the way they talk about it is very different. And I really think there's this kind of like there's this missed thing that I think there's this thing that people are missing in between like Inception and like Inception and wait no in Inception and implementation. And I don't know, it's just kind of a lot of things aren't making quite a lot of sense at the moment, but we'll see what happens because I'm just I'm I personally am what you would call like a technoist or a futurist, and I believe like basically that technology is positive, is going to help people overall in the overall mainstream of things. It just makes things better, and people get better if you use it correctly, you know. So like we're in this period where all the tech that's like been developed over the last like 25 30 years is now about to come into like mass production and like implementation around the world, and like it's going to be this kind of crazy new change that like I don't think anybody's really able to like all the people that talk about all the talking heads, all the news people, all the pundits, all those fucking dum dums. They don't have any idea of what's coming, and they literally don't. When you're ready to assemble on the output, it just pulls in all of your fragments and thoughts and builds from. I hear what you're saying. I see what you're saying. But here's the thing. pattern recognition, right? It's a pattern recognition is really like, it's like a human superpower is pattern recognition, seeing things and how they connect to each other, right? And I see what you're saying. Your project is like trying to create a string of connections between a bunch of stuff that seems like it's not connected, and using a system to connect it for you, like a for lack of a better term, like a skill tree or stat cloud. Is that seems like that's what you're saying? But I don't know exactly. But if that's what you're saying, I'd be, it's cool. But that's where the disconnect is. Is where you get from the raw information cloud, and then how do you connect that pattern? How do you make those non-linear yet illogical logical leaps? And I think that's what creativity is. I think that's what creativity is coming up with those things. I don't. It's a pretty freaking cool thesis. I imagine it's very difficult. I wonder how it's gonna. I wonder what your. I wonder what your whatchamacallit outcome is going to be, and what you find at the end. It's a pretty interesting idea to try to like create a map for creativity, a a systemic roadmap, I guess, for creativity. I I find how do I say this? How do I say this? How do I say this the right way? I don't know if writer's block is real. Now I'm not. I don't mean that people don't hit points where they can't write something in a story. That is real, but I don't know if it's writer's block per se. Like, I don't usually I don't think I've ever gotten somewhere where 12 and 13 still really. Uh, I've never have anything not to write about, but I have gotten to places where I can't write further in a story because I don't really feel like it. There's my this wrong gesture. So let's say, okay, so I get it. I think I see what you're saying. No, you're not dumping on me. It's fine. It's okay. I'll just talk shit Sunday. And it's fine. Don't worry about it. If I didn't want to talk about it, I just wouldn't talk about it. But it seems to be when you write, are you a outline kind of person? And if you are an outline kind of person, then I feel like I'm connecting more dots, and it makes more sense. But although if you're not an outline person, I also have the corollary of that, and that makes sense as well too. um, what was I going to say about writer's block? Yeah, yeah. So I've never hit a thing where I can't write, but I have. Oh, look at that! I gotta get a haircut. Ugh. Uh, I I have hit points where I don't want to know what to go in a story, but it's not because there's a block. It's because normally I just don't know what to write, and I got to figure out how to write it, or I don't want to write that story anymore. I'm more interested in doing something else, and ugh, that's usually the case more often than not. Is hitting a point where I don't want to write a certain story anymore because I'm bored. And it's getting past the boredom as opposed more of not having the ability to write anything. Because like even right now, I'm only just beginning this new story, and I already want to write another story, and I'm working on two different books. Yeah, okay. Okay, so you're a pantser. So you have like millions of ideas and they just kind of come and you try to run with them. So you're trying to find a system that helps you figure out how to like correlate and like organize your ideas to save for later. I hear you. I see what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. That's a good like it's like having an exoskeleton to help you like run up a hill. You got like the muscles, you're just not strong enough to do it yet. But no, that makes sense. That makes sense 100%. I don't outline either. So, but hi. But I do this thing where like I do like mental placeholders that I've learned to do over time. So like I think I'm kind of do naturally, well, not naturally, but I've taught myself how to do what you're kind of creating a framework for over time over the years. So I'm excited. This is pretty cool. I think it's going to be interesting to see. I think it'll be really interesting to see. Hey, look, we out. Look at that. 12 and 13. Woohoo! 12 and 13. Let's pop open Island Lit. Island Home Defense, actually. That's the name. All right, go down to the bottom. We are at about 17,000 words, I believe. And we'll put on these others. Bum, 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 bum. This is 13. We'll go to 12. 1, 2. Hey, 3 pages there. That's about 1,500 words, I believe. Control C. Close. Open. Right. No, I see what you're saying. I hear you. But here's the thing, if you give that ability to the system, then you're not going to train and hone it. So your ability to do it will become less. Now, I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. It's just a different thing. Because if you like per se this like it seems like I'm kind of ranting, but like I'm kind of going on these different tangents and cataloging into my head, right, and saving them for later and things I'm thinking about. Now, by doing that over and over and over and over and over again, I get better and better and better at it. Now, if I didn't do it and I left that, like, say I didn't think about cataloging it for later and holding those ideas and reprocessing them, and I gave that to some other entity like a AI or your program, I wouldn't be that good at it, right? But that would free up processing power, like my brain power and my energy for some other tasks. So, like I said, I don't know if it's necessarily a good or bad thing. I don't know what I would focus those tasks on. Maybe more creativity, maybe more uh, like maybe newer ideas. I don't know. Maybe it freed me up for more. Like maybe it would free my brain up to do more creatively than it can now because I have to focus so much on the processes and holding those ideas for later and such. I don't know, but it's interesting and it's cool to see what happens. Like kind of goes back to what I was saying before of like we don't know what the next 10, 20 years are going to be like because the world's just crazy and all this new stuff's coming. It's going to be interesting, and everybody that thinks they know is just lying. So kind of like this, if this works, which I think it will, oh, this is only 1.5. Okay. It'll be really interesting to see. Really interesting to see. Do, 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 do. All right, so we are currently at 19,365 for Island. So basically 30,000 words if I rewrite. Consider like a prosthetic, right? Well, we get. I don't know about that. That's the thing. I don't know about that. I think it can be like a prosthetic for a non-linear mind, or it could be like a crutch for somebody who has a less than non-linear mind. Like, there are some, like physically, there are some muscles that if you don't use them, they atrophy. And the brain is like that as well. If you don't use these certain parts of the brain, they atrophy. Now, I don't know if that would apply necessarily like to this, but you do get worse at movement if you drive cars a lot because you don't run as fast. You don't do other physical things. Like, there's a trade-off. There's always a trade-off between like using something to help you. Now, the trade-off is sometimes weighted towards the new thing and it's a better and you're able to go and it's better just in general, and sometimes it's not. I'm not saying it's going to be like that here. I'm just saying it's really interesting, and I'm curious to see like, so like, there's Maslow's hierarchy of basic needs, right? And it's statistically proven, and like study after study show that if you can get off the bottom rung of safety, security, hunger, then your IQ goes up like 2 or 3 standard deviations of intelligence, because so much of your brain is focused on survival. So much of your focus is on survival that you can't have a lot of higher level thinking, and that's just a fact. And there's numerous case studies of it. And hi, guy. Hi, little girl. Come here, sweetie. Oh, she's gone. And like, but okay, so like, if you get up this level of the hierarchy, then you have this freedom to do all these other things. But then when you get to a certain point of like your basic needs being met, and then you hit the like self-actualization, I forgot where the levels are. But like, there's a point of diminishing returns where you get all these things and it doesn't help you anymore, and then you have to it's back to you doing it again. And so I think that like this is me. Oh, hey, what's up? Yeah, I have followers only turned on because I don't really answer in like having all the different streams, because it's just too much. But thank you for watching. What was I saying, Lilith? Oh yeah. So I don't know. I think it'll be curious to see if like freeing up that attention focus will lead to more creativity, or more unforeseen outcomes. Because like I know for me, from when I started writing to now, my ability to string together ideas and remember placeholders and have callbacks in the books to things that I've written before is much better now than when I was doing 7 years ago. Now, if I had your program and it works out the way you think it is, would I have just been better 7 years ago? I mean, maybe. And maybe having that 7 years ago, maybe I would be better even further along now. I don't know. It's just a really interesting case study. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's pretty cool. I'm excited to see it. So, moving on from hypothetical frameworks for cloud thinking and artistic creativity. That was a fun Sunday morning chat. Thank you for following YS Books. I appreciate it. And thank you for hopping over the YouTube stream. When I first started streaming on Twitch and Kick, I had comments off because I was writing as I was streaming, and it was very hard for me to look at comments and write. So I just had them off. And I figured if anybody wanted to, no, don't think that I'm like shitting on your idea at all. Not at all. I think it's amazing, and I'm super curious to see how it comes out. I'm all for interesting new ideas. So I'm just curious. It's just curious. It's interesting to see. It's interesting to see. It's like I'm just like that old man that's like, oh, they invented writing. That's going to give people bad memories. Oh, you have a computer, you type. Oh, you're not going to be able to write anymore. Oh, you have self-driving cars. You're not going to learn how to drive anymore. I feel like a Luddite sometimes. So, um, yeah. So when, so so when I was streaming on, I just started on Kick and Twitch because I didn't really know the whole streaming thing because I was trying to find an alternate avenue of marketing my books that wasn't holding up my book on Instagram and making a face and playing a song and being like, not that there's anything wrong with that. It's really fine. If you want to do book talk, TikTok, Bookstagram, all those things, that's totally your whatever makes you happy. I'm not shitting on it. Is that my first time cussing? No, I cussed earlier. I think I cussed earlier. I've been trying not to cuss on stream, and I think I made it like 11 minutes yesterday or 12 minutes, and today I think I made it maybe 20 because I think I said shit earlier. But I don't know if shit counts. I don't know if shit counts as a cuss word anymore. I think today's society, shit doesn't count anymore. I think you got to drop like F-bombs and C-words, or like if you really want to get like aggressive, like N-words and like, all these crazy things. But I don't think I'm going to go that route. That seems a little too much. God. Anyway, the point was I was writing on Kick. I was on Kick and Twitch first, and I was just writing my book, and I couldn't get distracted by comments. So that's why I have comments basically off unless you join the stream, followers only. And now I've been doing speech to text here before doing edits and rewrites, and that frees me up to talk a little bit more and look at things. So that's why that is that. Not that you asked. I guess I just telling you to because stupid. Oh, God. All right. Let's see. I gotta do these today. More Opus clips. I'll probably do that later. Warrior Academy. All right. So originally I had planned. I stream on Twitch. I do book talks, play music, create for minor books, and show promo videos and sorts. Oh, that's cool. Right on. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, my buddy and I, Dom, we started. Well, first I started this because I wanted to try something different to market and advertise. And I saw there's this book called like Deep Sea Marketing, I think it's called. Let me just double check. Is that what it's called? Marketing. It's like it's basically it's like based off of like creating new trade routes back in the age of exploration when like Europeans had like cargo ships and they could go out in the like big ocean and find new trade routes. Oh, okay, you caught it. Cool. That's Dom. We do a Story Forge podcast where we basically do improv storytelling. So we well, if you watched it, yeah, okay. If you watched it, you saw we like pick a topic and we just kind of create a story on the fly. And he's a writer too. He lives in London, so we kind of just go back and forth and try to just create stories on the fly. It usually devolves into like dick and fart jokes and like 12-year-old humor. Because by the end of an hour of trying to just like make shit up off the top of your head, it's like you just run out of ideas. But it is the best tool I've had or come up with yet or tried to do that like really fuels creativity. Like when I write my books now, it's just so much. There's so much more comes out. I'm so much faster with ideas because I have to think fast on the stream, and yeah, I don't know. It's been really fun and really helpful for my writing. Um, I'm also having a blast. I'm having a blast doing it, and Dom's a good friend of mine now. And we have a really good time doing it. I think we're gonna do one. Oh shit! Maybe we're doing one today. Is it Sunday? Is it Sunday? Yeah, it is Sunday. I think he wants to do a podcast today. So yeah, it's 8:45. Shit. Oh God. The days, I don't know. You probably get into this because if you stream on Twitch and you write and you do all this the audiobooks and stuff, the days just flow together and you kind of forget what day it is and what's going on. Um, yeah. Anyway, so I think I'm doing a podcast today, Story Forge podcast, probably episode 23. Um, let's see. I do it Tuesdays. We do Story Forge every Tuesday, between like 12 and 1 Eastern time and like 5 and 6, I guess. That would be 5 and 6 Greenwich Man time. And then we try to do one on Saturdays and on a Saturday or Sunday if we have time, because we're trying to get 2 out a week, just content. And the goal is here. Let me just show it. Let me leave this. I want to what is, before I forget, what is deep sea marketing? What is deep? Oh no, deep ocean marketing. That's what it is. Strategy. Yeah. Blue Ocean strategy. Blue Ocean. See, forget the names. Before I forget, what is Blue Ocean? Okay, I'll come back to this. I don't want to forget. That's why I started the streams. Storyforge. Okay. You haven't watched them, Lilith? I thought you would have watched them before. I talk about it all the time. All right, so Storyforge podcast. This is me now. Basically, we just write a book in live, and we're gonna take the podcasts. I'm gonna do translate speech to text, and then rewrite and edit, and then release them as a book. Basically, like because the podcast is there, so everybody can watch. But it's gonna be like what is that series? Shit. I don't know. I can't think of it right now. There's a million of them, but like any kind of like series compendium where they have like different short stories. But these are all going to be like, these are all continuous stories with little blurbs in between. So like the first 10 episodes were one continuous story. Then we switched to a new one, which was like 3 or 4 episodes. And then Dom had a book coming out, Echo's Lone Wolf. So we did like a story arc on that, where we created a world and we created a story based in his world. And then I had From Chef coming out. So we did a set of stories set in my world, which was harder than I thought it would be. And then we decided to go a new track and start a new story, like which was post-apocalyptic, because I was thinking about writing post-apocalyptic, so I was like, let's just go this direction. So it's just a platform for us to really just have fun, talk a lot of shit, flesh out ideas, and then hone our writing chops. Because it's like a combination of like improv, comedy, being like a comedian on stage, and like a rap battle, along with being a create with a storyteller. So there's like 4 different things going on, because like so Dom and I, it's like, so he'll be talking for like 3 or 4 minutes, and I have to listen to what he says, like actually listen to what he says, while thinking about how I'm going to continue the story. So I'm taking the information and then create new stuff and see where we're going to go. And that's like in real time. So there's no like preparation. It's crazy. It's hard. It's crazy, but it's super fun. And we get better and better at it as the podcasts go by. I think by February, we'll be really good at it. By this time next year, we'll be experts at it. It'll be crazy good. Eventually, I like to get to the point where we have like other authors on and people who we kind of like. Okay, so my initial idea is to have like authors on when they have a new book coming out. And then they can like talk to us about their book, and we create a world, and then we tell a story in that world, and they kind of can they have to do it too, and to push their book out while also kind of having a fun time with uh, creating a world with somebody who's never really done it before, and then they'll kind of it just should be really fun, and I think there's a lot of cross. There's a lot of cross promotional, not promotional. There's like a cross audience there. There's a lot of things that you could do with a cross audiences, And I also think it'd be really fun to have like real famous or real successful authors on, and then see them try to do it in real time, and then like be like, oh my god, this is so hard. Right? And then but the practice is the fun part, And it's just really fun. So I gotta see what we're gonna. So we'll probably do a podcast today. Long story short, we're gonna do a podcast today, probably around 4 hours from now, 1:00, and let's go back to Blue Ocean Strategy. So this is really important, and this is why I started the stream and the podcast. The podcast I've been working on for years. The idea I've been trying to figure out for a long time, and it's kind of serendipitous that I met Dom and he's on the same page, and we were able to work together, because it's really hard. It's a lot harder than you think, but than one would think. But anyway, so Blue Ocean Market Strategy. This is why I'm streaming, because I don't think that unless you're a romance author, book talk, bookstagram, all those things, those aren't for you unless you're a romance author. And romance author is a huge umbrella: historical romance, modern romance, animal romance, whatever porn stuff you're into. That's what those platforms are for. They're not for science fiction fantasy. They're not for Litrpg. They're not for non-romance. And so you really can't hit in there if you're not romance. Now, if you are romance, you can do book talk, bookstagram, TikTokstagram, and all those things, and that's how you do it. But for male authors, I guess, or females who don't write romance, it's really hard to get in there. Now, you could also throw in thrillers, because that's basically romance, and that's mostly, the same thing. But if you write in other categories, it just doesn't work. So Blue Ocean marketing, it's basically trying all these other things, different strategies, any different strategies that aren't the mainstream, to find another route to get there. So that's why I'm doing the streaming. I figure people ask me two questions. Two questions I get asked all the time. This isn't one of those, oh, somebody asked me a question, I'm answering. It's the main question I get asked is, oh, how do you write a book? And then, I have a book. How do I publish it? That's those variations of those two questions. The moment somebody realizes that you're a writer or an author, those are the questions they're going to ask you. And I was very insecure about being an author or telling people that I was a writer. I was very, I just wasn't very self-assured of my, what am I doing with this thing? I wasn't very self-assured in my field. So people would ask me stuff, and I would be like, oh, I don't know. But, I don't feel like that anymore. I'm like really successful author. And I put a lot of books out, and I know how to do it. So like, now when people ask me, like I have answers, like they're like, hey, how do you do this? I'm like, oh, well, you do this, this, and this, and that's not necessarily like how everybody does it, but that's how I do it, and that's what works for me. So I decided that I can take that same way that I am and put it into like marketing the books, my books. What's your genres? What genres do you write in though? You know, like most of my readers don't come from Twitch and IG. They come from Facebook, legitimately Facebook and Amazon. That's like 99.9% of the people who read my books because most people who read my books are men from the ages, boys and men, boys from the ages of supernatural folklore and drama. So, yeah. And what's your audience mostly? Like mine's mostly 18 to 75-year-old men, skewing 35 to 75. Because I write historical time travel fiction with a bent on cooking and uh, war strategy and like DIY stuff. So it's like very skewed. Um, but you have most of your followers from Twitch and IG. And when I was going to conferences, like I did 20 books Las Vegas and then 20 books Spain. And in 20 books Spain, a couple of people reiterated about IG, Twitch, and not Twitch, Instagram, basically Instagram, TikTok, mostly Instagram and TikTok, were 75% men. Really? Wow. That's surprising to me. That's amazing. And most of your listeners come from Twitch and IG. Wow. Huh. Because that's the opposite of mine. That's cool. Huh. It's funny because most of the right, I would have thought the exact opposite, I would have thought exactly that. But what's funny is for the stream, for the podcast, it's like 90% female or 75% female, which is interesting because Dom and I are not, we're not sexist or racist, but we are kind of awful in our words. And like, I would have thought it would be skewed the other way. But yeah, that is crazy. 75% men. Now I wonder, is it younger? Is it younger men? Is it like 18, like 35 and under, or is it like 35, 55? I'm curious about that because I haven't found a lot of older people, my audience, on IG and Twitch. Most of them I interact with middle aged. Okay, and also, what's middle aged? Please specify middle age, because I think I'm middle aged. I'm 44 and I'm considered old as fuck. Hmm. 35 and up. Okay, yeah, it's about middle age. 35 to 40 to 45. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. Uh, I still can't even get my Instagram stream to work on this. Anyway, I'm not even gonna talk about it. um, yeah, that's interesting. I really gotta. I'm seeing a big increase. So I don't know. You probably have this too. So hey, everybody, we're not getting any writing done today. This is probably another 20 minutes of talking, and then I'm gonna get out of here. But I've noticed a direct corollary. So anybody who's considering, if you're a writer, author, and you're considering streaming while you write, I see a direct sales corollary on Amazon the days I stream and days I don't. So it's not a huge amount. Maybe it's 3 to 5 books and it's 3 to 5,000 page reads, maybe a day. But if I do stream every day, I'll see a steady download, purchase rate, read through. And days I don't stream, it goes down. And this is, I've only had about, let's see, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 3.5 months of actual data analytics I can look at. But it is a direct corollary, and I think, why am I talking like so? I think, and I think I make fun of the New Zealanders so much for talking through their nose. Like it's one of it's so when I was younger, my dad's girlfriend was from New Zealand, and she was an amazing woman, still is. Love her to death. Her name's Nairi. Beautiful, beautiful, great woman. Maori, indigenous, Maori from New Zealand. But I would always make fun of her because New Zealanders have this tendency to talk through their nose, and everything has to come through their nose. And I always find it so amusing when your voice gets higher and higher. Anyway, that's just a me thing. But yeah, I think there's a three things here. So the first thing is 40-year-olds and up are on Facebook. I know I just kind of turned. 40-year-olds and up are on Facebook. Late 20s, early 30s to late 40s, mid 50s, I think are on IG, and there's an overlap in IG on Facebook on the ends, and then younger, 28 younger, to early 20s, not younger than I think are TikTok, and I think the kids then, and then the even younger kids are on. There's other shit I don't even know about. Maybe Twitch, maybe Kick, I don't know, and other things, but. I know I have a 14-year-old little sister, and I know she's on IG religiously, but she's also on all this other shit, so I'm not quite sure. But I figure going back to this blue ocean strategy is the whole point, is trying to find a different lane to get my books into the masses. So like I don't know what your name is, YS Books. I'm just gonna call you YS until you tell me. But the space, the author space. Am I yelling? It feels like I'm yelling. The author space is so saturated, and it just gets saturated more and more and more and more, and it's harder and harder to stand out in the crowd with your books. Back in the day, when I first started out, you didn't really need to do any marketing. Zero. You just had to post on Amazon a book in a popular genre, and people would consume it because there's voracious readers on Amazon. You join KU, and you have hundreds of thousands of people that read a book in hours in the popular genres. Litrpg, progression fantasy, any of the romance strategies categories, and thrillers. Like, you just have a lot. Yeah. You know what? I bet you that age group does give you the most feedback. You know why? 35 to 40, that they're very likely, they love giving feedback. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I love one of my favorite things is to hear somebody who like doesn't write, never writes, doesn't have any intention of writing, and doesn't know how to do it, but loves to tell you how to do it. I'm not saying that's all these people. That's a very, very common theme. And I've hit the point where I'm like, I love to listen because it's a very enjoyable experience now to like hear people tell you how to do your job. It is enjoyable. It is enjoyable. So back to Blue Ocean Marketing. I'm currently streaming to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, X, Rumble, and once I figure out the tech issue, Instagram. So that's 7 platforms of streaming. Now, I'm also not a streamer. I'm a writer. So streaming isn't the end goal. I'm not trying to build like a Asmund Gold following or any of those people, I'm just trying to get enough awareness about my books so enough people buy them to hit a certain metric. And there's a principle, and it's called the Pareto principle. And it was, I think, in the 1600s by this Italian guy. And it's about real estate, right? 1800s, maybe. I forgot what it was. So the Pareto principle is basically an 80-20 rule. And this kind of extrapolates to almost everything. And especially for marketing, especially for pop culture. So you really only need 18% of the market to get a book into the zeitgeist. Well, you see, YS, this is what the point of this is like the stream is the marketing tool. And then I use Opus to cut the stream up into shorts, and I post shorts cross-platform, 7 platforms every hour, 24 hours a day. So on YouTube, shorts populate every off hour. So 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 4, 2, 2, 6, 8. And then on Facebook, X, Twitch, all the rest of the platforms, it's odd hours, 1, 3, 9, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, you know? Like you need critical mass awareness. Exactly. And critical mass of awareness is less than 20, is 20%. It's 15 to 20% of critical awareness to hit. It's 15 to 20% of awareness to hit critical mass. And that's just straight marketing. It's just a 100% true across the board. But the thing is about that, traditionally, you can't hit that metric because the marketing and advertising outlets control basically what is allowed to hit. Now, occasionally you have outliers and things that slip through the cracks because they're so good and word of mouth and those things happen, and that's like virality, right? But that's a hard thing to bank on. So what I'm trying to do is blue ocean strategy with Pareto principles. Basically find any kind of different routes into mass, like zeitgeist, then hit 20%-ish, plus or 5% saturation, and then the other 80% will follow. The thing is, it takes time to get there, and it takes a lot of effort. So right now, started streaming in July, not a lot. And now I'm doing it like every day and just basically oversaturating the market. So it's one of those things where like you won't click on it, 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 and then one day you click on it. You know what I mean? And then it just shows you more. It's working, you know. It's not working. At first, I was worried about oversaturation and people getting annoyed by my face. But here's the thing. You don't have to look. And there's billions of people on social media. And you're one of billions of videos. And the algorithm won't keep pushing you if nobody looks at you. So when I started at first, I was like, oh, I don't want to be too much, you know? Too much. It's too much. It's too much. But nobody cares. I'm not that important. And if they don't want to look at the video, they won't look at the video. So, like, it's... Actually, Dom and I were talking about this, and he was like, hey, let's not do it. It's too much. Let's not do it. And I was like, no. Let's just fucking go. Damn it. There it is. First F-bomb. 1 hour and 9 minutes. God damn it. Okay. It doesn't matter how many videos you post, because if people don't want to look at them, they'll just ignore them. So, like, you're like, oh, they're going to get annoyed with me or whatever, but they're not, because they don't care. People just don't care. It's like real life. You think people are looking at you or thinking about you, and nobody gives a fuck about you. So the seal's been broken. It's just going to be F-bomb, F-bomb, F-bomb. If you're offended now, it's just going to be F-bombs one after the other until the stream's done. So anyway, the point is, okay, so you play music though. You play music that you create. So I could see why that would draw in readers and stuff. My one thing I do with all my books is every book I write has a playlist attached to it. So every chapter is a song, like kind of like a soundtrack, and that's just one thing I do. And so I think that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But I don't make my own music. I use popular music and just attach soundtrack. Like you can go on YouTube or Spotify and have a soundtrack to listen to while you read the book. But that's just something because I need like multiple forms of stimulation at all times. I need like music going and a video going and something in my hand is ridiculous. I don't know. But like so when I read, I have like even now, I'm listening to music while I'm talking and reading the screen and thinking about the book. Like I don't know. That's just me. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, that's super awesome. Keeping it in house too. Uh, I've never been musically inclined, so I just love music. So I pick songs that, for example, like for From Chef to Crafter to Conqueror, right? I can't play that. Uh, each chapter is a song, and each song is a theme of the chapter, and that's what's going on in my head when I'm writing that chapter. You should release the tracks alone. You should release the tracks alone and put them on SoundCloud or YouTube and say it's for your books. Any way you can market your books, you should do it across as many platforms as you can. Was I a chef? I was never a chef. I was a cook. I was a dishwasher. I was a cook. I was a server. I was a busboy. I was a restaurant manager. I was a restaurant tour. So I was never actually a chef. I had chefs. I work for me. I had chefs that work for me, and I learned a lot from chefs. But I never went to culinary school. When I was 15, I was like working in kitchens and stuff, and I was like cooking on the line and learning how to cook. I used to work at this fine dining restaurant out and anyway, and I learned how to cook, from a young age. But when I was 15, I saw that all the waiters would like make all this money, and then when they left work at night, they got to go out and hang out with all the chicks and go do stuff. So when I turned 16, I switched to front of house and just kind of went that way. But uh, I learned how to cook from a young age, so I cook a lot, and I've been cooking for years, and had a lot of chef friends, and I wanted to open restaurants back in the day. My goal, like before I started writing and stuff, like I wanted to open restaurants. Like I did open restaurants, but I wanted to be like uh, I don't know, not like a Gordon Ramsay, but like who's that Italian guy? I don't know. I wanted to be like I wanted to own restaurant chains and open a bunch of restaurant chains and do all that stuff. But so I learned a lot about food, a lot about cooking, a lot about the restaurant industry. But I was never a chef. It's too much. It's too much work. You have to go like. Ugh. So no, everything but a chef. Yeah. All right. So oh, I talked about that. Talked about that. That's done. Pareto principle. 20% plus or minus 10%. Blue ocean marketing, finding new things. Music. Island homes up to 20,000. 19,365. I'll do some more recording today. I don't know why I have that comb putting in my mouth. Yuck. And I gotta do some Warrior Academy. I don't know if I want to do that. Whoa, gotcha. Ha ha. I got her. Everybody, say goodbye to Yuki. She's the monster. We're going to call this a day. I think I am done streaming on Sunday. Hey, hi. Wah. Hey, Lilith, YS, thanks for hanging out. It's been fun chatting. Have a good Sunday, everybody. Good luck on your books. Good luck on whatever it is you're doing. And I'll be back on tomorrow. And hopefully I'll have another 10,000 words for Island Lit. And I'll have 10, 15 more pages rewritten and edited in Warrior Academy. I was going to do some rewriting editing on stream, but I just talked for an hour. I'm kind of burnt. All right. Everybody, have a good day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya. Thanks. End stream.